So in my last video, I shared a detailed step-by-step guide on how I drafted the pattern for the making of our lovely 6 pieces blouse. So in today's video, I'll be sharing with us a detailed guide on how to stitch all my fabrics together. As always, it's a girl Owa Apparel. Kindly hit the subscribe button and let's get started. So to begin, I'll go ahead to iron my stay on my main fabric while I iron paper stay on the lining piece, just the peplon area like so. Okay, so right away I'm going to start joining all my fabric together. So first the front fabric, the side front and the center front. So I'm simply holding it in place now using my pins. Please ensure that you start holding it from the waist upward. All right, so leave the flare portion first so that it will be properly aligned. So I'll do this on one side and we'll repeat the same process for the other side. Now you can see me holding together the flare portion. So I went ahead to also pin the other side. So this is what it should look like after pinning. So I'll go ahead to roll my stitches around that portion I'm indicating with my finger. So the next one I'm working on now will be the back fabric. So I will also be holding it together from the waist area there all the way to the top. Okay, so I'll be doing it for both fabric for the back. Please take note that the back now has 4 fabrics, so I'll be joining them 2 by 2. So after stitching, this is what our front pattern is looking like. So I've also gone ahead to stitch the lining piece and it's looking very neat. So you can see the pointed edges around the peplon area there. I'm going to be trimming them out and giving it a sort of a curvy shape. All right, you don't want your outfit looking funny after stitching, so ensure to trim it out like so using your curve rule. So this same trimming is what I would repeat for the back of our blouse. You do not want your back fabric longer than the front. Okay, so look at what it is now looking like. So if we stitch now, it is going to come out looking nicely. It's me also trimming out the back pattern and ensuring that it is of equal length with that of the front. So the next thing I'm going to be doing now is working on the zipper area. If you remember very clearly, I mentioned in the part 1 of this video that I forgot to draft the pattern for our zipper area. And so to stitch our zipper area now or to attach fabric to it, I went ahead to take the measurement for the length of the zipper area, and I've also gone ahead to trim out the fabric for it, and it is 2 inches wide and 22.5 inches of length. So I'm simply going to be stitching around that portion I just indicated with my finger after placing that piece of fabric on the main fabric like so. So this process I would also repeat for the lining piece. So this is what your fabric should look like after stitching the zipper area on it. So I also went ahead to iron it out. Okay, so we do not have issues attaching our zipper now. So the next thing I'm going to be doing now is placing my lining piece on the main fabric for the front. As you can see, the right sides facing each other. Please take note of that. And I'm going to be running my stitches first on the neck area there, leaving out the shoulder, and I'll also be stitching on both sides and then around the peplum area. So the armhole and the shoulder were left not stitched. So I did this for both the front and the back fabric, and this is what it is looking like after flipping it over to the right side. So I also went ahead to iron it, and it is looking very neat. So for the back fabric, we'll be working on the zipper area. First, I'm going to be holding the two fabric for the back together using my pins like so. So I'll go ahead now to iron that portion flat, which you see me opening up right now. And the next thing I did was to stitch underneath it. Okay, so I left the portion where I'm going to be placing my zipper. So first, I'm simply holding my zipper in place using my pin. So you saw where the zipper started from and where it ended. So I held my pins in place together like so, and I'll go ahead to the sewing machine to run my stitches around that portion which I'm indicating with my finger. So this is what the back fabric is looking like after stitching my zipper on it. It looked so neat, okay, and flat. It wasn't bulgy, and it's not even showing the portion where we attached our zipper fabric to it. So the next thing I'm doing now is placing the front fabric on top of the back fabric like so. Please ensure that the both fabric are properly aligned, and then I'm going to go over to the sewing machine to run my stitches on the side. Okay, so the next thing we'll be doing now is closing the shoulders, and to do that, kindly take note of how I stitched my shoulder. So I opened it up like so, and I'm going to be stitching on the main fabric together and the lining fabric together, and this will make sure that the stitches are invisible. Let me quickly give a shout out to all my subscribers. Thank you also so much for being a part of my sewing community. God bless you. And if it's your first time here, kindly hit the subscribe button, hit on the notification bell so you get notified whenever we put up a new upload. We love you here. So guys, this is what my 6 pieces blouse is looking like after stitching on the shoulder. I already am loving what the outcome is. Okay, so the next thing we're going to be doing is working on our sleeve pattern. So I have my pattern paper in a fold, and it is 19 inches of length. I would also be folding it again and cutting it into two. So you can see how it's looking. So at the very top, I took a measurement of 6 inches. I also went down by 4 inches. This will enable me draft my sleeve cap. Please take note that we are drafting the pattern for an overlapping sleeve, but first we'll need to draft a basic sleeve pattern, which is what I just did. So I'm simply trimming out the pattern which I've drafted. My sleeve cap was a bit too long, so I'm readjusting now, and I'll go ahead to trim it out like so. So this is the pattern for a basic sleeve drafting. Okay, so I'll go ahead now to open it up, and I would also be ruling a straight line across the middle area there. All right, so at that cap curve there, I went up by 4 inches to one side, and using my curve rule now, I'm going to be connecting it to the border area at the opposite side like so. So this is me trimming it now, okay? And then I'm going to be using this pattern to cut on the other sleeve pattern that we set aside earlier. And this is what our pattern is looking like. So flipping it in the opposite direction, this is what an overlapping sleeve pattern would look like. So I also went ahead to make further adjustments on the cuff area there, and then you can see the way it's looking. And after I was done, I'm using the pattern now to cut on my actual fabric. Please take notes that we're going to be cutting 4 pieces. All right, so 2 for one sleeve and the other 2 pair will be for one sleeve. So this is what it would look like after, placing it on top of each other. The next thing we're going to be doing now is using the same Ankara design but a different color to walk around the border area there, as you see me indicate with my finger. So the width of this piece of fabric is 1.2 inches. So you can see the way I've placed it underneath the sleeve fabric right now. So I went ahead to stitch, and this is what it is looking like. So I'm also making notches around the area that I stitched, and I'll go ahead to fold now and run my top stitch on it. So please take note of the way I am folding. So we are done stitching now, and this is what we have. So you can see the way I have placed it. It is the same way it was placed before, designing the border of the fabric. So I also went ahead to stitch it together like so. So this basically is our sleeve pattern for this dress. You could design yours with any sleeve style of your choice. So this is my 6 pieces blouse which I'd sewn earlier, and now I'm simply attaching my sleeve like so. So first I am holding it in place using my pins, and then I'll go ahead to the sewing machine to run my stitches around it. So guys, this is the last part of this video. I hope this video was detailed enough. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you are yet to subscribe, kindly hit on the subscribe button, and I'll be seeing you on the next one.